Hello, Grizzlies fans, and welcome to episode 14 of the weekly Grizzlies Coaches Show. This week we're sitting down with assistant coach Brandon Ratzloff. How are we doing today, Brandon?
Great. Good to be back again for another episode, Jacob. How are you?
I'm doing great. How's practice been this week?
Practice has been good. Boys are competing hard. Good high tempo, high pace, which is good. We've got some high schoolers whose seasons unfortunately ended. They're coming in, skating, seeing the facilities, seeing what junior hockey's about. So it's been a good week overall so far.
Cool. All right, well, let's just get into it. This past weekend, had some fast physical hockey down in St. Louis, a lot of goals, a lot of hits. Walk us through the weekend and how you thought it went.
Yeah, I think it was all right. Ultimately we came out of there with 4 points, which is huge. It's kind of a tough place to play. They're a young, fast team, so 4 points is huge for us. I'd say we had a few nice goals on the rush, which we've kind of been trying to crack down on, get more opportunities on the rush. But overall, a lot for us to work on. I think the big one is discipline. Took a lot of unnecessary, lazy, dumb penalties that ended up costing us with some goals against. And I think overall we could have defended a bit harder. I think we allowed 80 or so shots in 2 games, which is way too many, especially playoffs coming. We got to be defending harder, defending with a purpose, and just overall detailed in our D zone.
Yeah. Okay, well, speaking of playoffs coming, got 3 games left. Got the Cyclones for 2 and got Woodsman for 1. With a win in all 3 games, we can secure home ice for the first round, and we will most likely end up playing the Cyclones. There's still a chance that we do get first, but we need some help from some friends. With the playoffs coming, what's going to be the key to kind of getting those 3 wins and closing out the season on a high note?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is just taking it game by game. We don't want to look too far ahead. Just staying focused on each game at a time. And with Wausau coming up, a big thing for us to be doing is staying out of the box. They're top 3 in the power play. They have a 27% on the power play. So, we've got to bear down and really block some shots, be sacrificial on the kill, and just eliminate those opportunities completely. So that's going to be huge for us. Same thing with the Woodsmen in that 3rd game. They're sneaky, they're fast, they play hard. And for us, we just need to worry about us and how we play. And that's bringing it every shift, doing whatever it takes. If we take a shift off, we saw what can happen, especially against St. Louis. We took our foot off the pedal for a little bit, and all of a sudden we blew a 5-1 lead, and it's 5-4, right? So, just getting into the nitty-gritty stuff every shift and never being satisfied. That's the key for us these next 3 games. Just worry about us, must-win games. Home ice advantage is huge, right? So we're looking forward to the challenge, and, we're going to do our best. And the message for practice and the locker room lately has been every opportunity is your last opportunity. So what that means basically is you don't know if you're going to have that chance in the slot again. So we've got to bear down on those chances. Any chance we get, whether it's defensively or offensively, we don't want to leave any room for regret. So just taking advantage of every opportunity.
Okay. So with, we don't know who it's going to be yet. Like I said, it could be any of the 3 teams we could be playing. We could end up in first, be playing the Woodsmen, end up in second, be playing Wausau, end up in third, be playing Westman, With whoever it may be, what's your process? I know you kind of went through this last year for the first time as a coach in the playoffs. How do you prepare for that raised intensity and, higher pace of play that playoffs brings?
Yeah, obviously we can sit around and predict the standings, where it'll end up. But for us, we've got to take it a game at a time. And for us to prepare that way with intensity, I think we just need to be a little bit more thoughtful on our pace and practice, on our intensity. We have very competitive practices, very intense, and so that's something we take pride in. So that's a good start for us. I think that we're already doing a lot of those things, but just like I said, we're never satisfied. We can always build from where we are. And I think that's going to be huge going into playoffs, having that mentality that we're not at our best yet. There's always more to come. And so a lot of that is internal. So good habits versus bad habits. You know, Tier 3 hockey, there's a lot of bad habits, obviously, and it's about minimizing those habits and turning them into good. So, you know, for example, circling around pucks, loose pucks, we've got to stop and start, tracking back through the neutral zone, picking up sticks. All those little things in the game, they add up to the big picture. And that's what we're looking for, is the big picture.
Yep. Cool. Well, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Going to Wausau. Appreciate you taking some time out of your day to join me. And yeah,
it's always a pleasure, Jacob.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Grizzlies fans, after the break, we're going to be joined by Rochester native and Grizzlies leading goal scorer, Mason Decker.
Go Grizz.
Your body is designed to function at its best, but daily stress, poor posture, and even minor injuries can disrupt your health. At Thrive Wellness, we focus on restoring balance and alignment so you can live pain-free and perform at your peak. Chiropractic care is a natural, effective approach to improving mobility, reducing discomfort, and enhancing overall wellness. Don't wait for pain to hold you back. Call 507-258-4100 or visit thrivewellness.com today to schedule your consultation. Experience the benefits of a properly aligned body because optimal health starts with a healthy spine.
All right, on the second half of today's Coach Show, we're joined by Rochester native and the Grizzlies leading goal scorer, Mason Decker. How are we doing today, Dex?
Good, yourself?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. Thanks for been trying to get you on the show for a while, and you just avoid me after every practice.
Then Hollywood finally got here, though.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously, Rochester native, you grew up here. Tell us a little bit about you and your journey to the Grizzlies, kind of when you started playing hockey, where you've played, and how you got here.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Rochester here. Was in the youth system all the way up till I went to JM, John Marshall, here in town. Been playing my whole life, basically. So after that, I went to Carshield, AAA in St. Louis last year. That was a great experience. And then at the beginning of this year, I was with Lone Star, and then I went to Springfield, so I bounced around a couple of NOL teams until I got to the Grizzlies, and it's been a great fit.
Yeah, really good fit. So obviously, really good fit. You're leading goal scorer. You added 2 this past weekend against St. Louis, 1 each night. What's kind of been the difference for you this year to keep scoring, whether it be kind of the system you play in, your teammates, or just the way your game's changed throughout the year?
Yeah, obviously teammates have always been a great help. My line, ever since, about halfway through the year, we've had a kind of a set line. We've just been kind of buzzing pretty much every game. Yep. And, I really love getting net front, getting greasy. So when you do that, you do the right stuff in front, you usually get rewarded with a few tap-in goals. So it's nice.
I think more than a few.
More than a few, yeah.
Okay, so you guys have 3 games left. 2 against the Cyclones. You have the opportunity to kind of beat them twice and then beat Toma and get that high seed for the playoffs, which we all know home ice is really important, even if it is just for the first round. What's going to be the key for you guys to kind of take home the W in these next 3 games?
Yeah, obviously Wausau and then Toma, they're both great teams, so they play hard, they play fast, and we just got to kind of come together as a team and like Wiener was saying, take it as a playoff series that we have to win in order to get that home ice advantage.
Start that 5-game series
this
Friday. All right, cool. Well, what are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
I think the biggest thing is playoffs. Especially here at home, I feel like the atmosphere is going to be pretty unbelievable, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Cool. All right, well, that's, I guess, enough for the serious questions.
Sounds good.
We'll get into rapid fire. You've watched a couple of these, so you know what you got coming. Let's just start out. What's your pregame ritual?
It's nothing special. Just get to the rink, kind of get changed into warm-ups, tape my stick. I usually eat a couple Rice Krispies before warm-ups, kind of talk with the boys. Just kind of start getting locked in for the game. Okay.
When you're not at the rink, what are you doing? What are your hobbies? Do you work?
I do work. I've been reffing some hockey games, kind of like Benny does. Love ice fishing, normal fishing, obviously when there's no ice, and then anything to do with the outdoors. So.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your favorite hockey memory then?
I think it's got to be junior year in high school when I had the fastest hat trick in the state at 1 minute and 40 seconds. So
that's insane. Does that record still stand? Do you know?
I don't know. I just know it was for that year. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a super fun game.
That's awesome. All right. Who's your favorite non-hockey athlete?
Gotta go with Rafael Nadal. He's just a freak on the court, and he's one of the best tennis players ever. So.
Okay. All right. This one's for Wiener. Favorite practice drill and least favorite practice drill?
Favorite practice drill, it's got to be Flames. We always do it at morning skate, first drill. So just kind of great flow drill, gets the boys going. Least favorite practice drill, got to be takeaway shooting. Just a lot of stops, starting. I just don't love it.
All right. Who's your favorite hockey player?
Got to go with Zach Hyman. I feel like our play styles are pretty similar. A lot of goals in the blue paint, and just getting greasy in front.
Okay. Favorite movie? Or I guess favorite hockey movie?
Gotta be Miracle on Ice. I'm sure that's a pretty common answer.
Yeah, very. All right, go to a couple locker room ones. Who's the funniest guy in the locker room? You've been mentioned a couple times.
Funniest guy? I think I agree with those mentions. I think it's got to be me. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a little bit of a clown in the locker room. But.
All right, you've also been mentioned for this next one, best hair.
Wow. I'll take that as a compliment, but it's got to be Brody Olsen. That dude always looks good no matter what.
Looks like Lord Farquaad half the time. Looks great.
AM, PM, his hair is always looking good. So.
All right, best memory so far with the boys this season?
I think last game of the showcase, we played Mason City. There was a few guys on that team that I don't like or I've known, have played with, and we kind of took it to them that game.
Okay.
Had a couple goals too, so it was a really good win to close with the showcase.
All right. And then what do the boys call you in the locker room?
Dex show, Grease, as Bubs would say.
Yeah.
So.
All right, last one. Who do you have winning the state tourney for both classes? Not sure if you're following along this year, but
A little bit. I'll go with single A. I'll go with World, safe pick, and I got to go with Edina for my boy Birdie.
Birdie,
See if they can go.
double 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
All right, cool. Well, appreciate you joining the show.
You
Appreciate
bet.
you taking
Thank
time
you.
out of your day.
You bet.
I know you probably want to be out doing something else, but
All
cool.
good.
Appreciate it.
Sounds
So, Grizzlies fans, the team travels to Wausau this weekend for a matchup with the Cyclones. They got 2 straight matchups and a matchup with the Woodsmen to end the season. If they can win all 3, they can secure home ice for the first round of the playoffs. Games can be watched on NATV with a subscription. Thank you for joining us today. Go Grizz.
Go Grizz.